Today is April 13th, 2026. Told you yesterday in Bell Store in Magnolia, the gas station on Route 800, there was men in there. They said, do you realize how bad it was for her and how awful this was? Here she's reporting that they're bragging that agent is friends with the guy that's doing it to her. That he's even stealing the money for them and it's their drug debt. She's getting hurt horribly. No one's helping her. And no one else is stopping this from happening because when the drug dealers show up, the other law enforcement are getting them. They're actually getting them. And they're arresting them. And while they're actually arresting a lot of drug dealers, they're letting all this other stuff happen. And she's getting really hurt. And he's bragging how he's paying off his friend's drug debt. And they're stealing their money for themselves. And they're bragging that they knew each other, they called each other. And this whole thing, he was in on a scam for stealing from the government. See, to me, why didn't they just do a GoFundMe page? A lot of them, save the sick puppy. Do this, do that. Why do it on me? See, and then you got to think, what kind of pieces of shit? Dave's dating. It's Dave's girlfriend's dad. I told you. After I called the FBI hotline, within 3 days where they kept me drugged up, and Agent John showed up at Apostolic Church of Barberton, told people he knew I was being drugged, beaten, raped, and didn't care. Okay. And Paymer screaming at Dave. There's a short blonde hair girl shows up. She's not real pretty. She's just young blonde. Plain. How she knew I told you we knew someone that we just called and they'd show up and they'd take care of all this. How they were friends with them. Telling Apostolic Church of Barberton before the case even opened. And he's telling Agent John's telling Apostolic Church of Barberton he's going to turn me back over to him. Didn't care what they did to me. He's not a cop. He's a criminal. And see, that's where they were saying where no one has found this funny. Who was down in that courthouse bad-mouthing her? It was an agent over a case. In it with that attorney's office that was having her drug beaten raped. And saying how he's helping them. That's why nobody thought it was funny. Oh, that's a federal crime. Federal crime. Aiding and abetting crimes. Conspiracy. Tampering with a witness, tampering with evidence, extortion out of government funds. This whole thing is such a hot mess. It's absolutely ridiculous. How stupid were you being down at that courthouse? And Agent John, you want to show up? If I'm with Carl, ask me to step off to the side and I'll have him wait because I don't want him to hear mine and your conversation. But we need to have big boy and big girl conversation. You're in it with these people? Oh, how about I videotape it and I'll take and put your confession up online. I've already wrote the president. I've already wrote internal affairs. I never got the money. You can't just pass it out. And where they said that was you in the VA on April 10th, 26th, bragging how you passed it out to everyone from the beginning because she's weird with herself. You know, they already made a public fool out of you June 7th, 23. They fooled you with this line of tapes before. Roofie confession and Photoshop of washing in the shower, my head on some other lady washing. Huh? How they fooled you and sent out videos, how they mocked you that you're full. Last year they called you coward. You're a fool and a coward. And a thief. Stealing for your friend and your girlfriend and their family. Paying off people's drug debts to drug dealers. Letting little children be sold. You're a piece of shit. And then betraying the U.S. government and letting them sell government technology. Well, you're extorting money out of government funds to pay off your attorney friend's drug debt to drug dealers? And you're taking off bribes? I don't doubt that one. Where they showed up and told on you for taking bribes? I bet you did. You were bragging how you stole the U.S. government's money. and you were passing it out to anyone. You didn't pass it out to anyone. See, that's where the whole thing, you passed it out to the drug dealers your friend owed. And you kept it for yourself and your girlfriend and their family. And that's it. Because in 23 and Alliance, people were talking. Where they were telling everybody they bought people cars, gave them thousands of dollars. Everybody got to talking. Nobody got anything. Nope. And then they fooled everybody into helping out. They fooled them. This whole thing is a big scam. And you being in it with your drug addict attorney, and then this thing of you thinking you can terrorize elderly people out of their lands and home, and you're terrorizing 80-year-old people. What is wrong with you? In it with your attorney friend? That you're out abusing elderly people for their land and their money? Do you realize how big of a... See, that's where I had to raise it. I was calling you a piece of shit. Because only a piece of shit terrorizes an elderly man. You scared my husband stupid. He's not the same person that he was 5 months ago. Confident, had self-pride. Didn't have much, me and him. We had very little, but we were happy. But he had pride because he had his father's land. And that was his. And it meant everything to him because he grew up there since he was 4 or 5. He loved it. Just loved going down there. It made him so happy. He would light up about going down there and walk around. Made it everything in the world to him. And then them inciting Rick, his son, that's mentally retarded basically, thinking that he can go down there and just steal somebody's land from him, get his dad found incompetent, and he can murder him if he has to, and his wife, and they'll steal everything. They'll get him thrown in a nursing home if he lives, and have everything turned over to him. That's the kind of shit they tell him. And he's such a retard, he falls for it. It is senior abuse on ungodly levels. See, there's a whole point thing. Carl put me on that deed. I was part owner of that farm for a long time. Oh, she was taken advantage of. Really? How is it taking advantage of and making sure that he can still see it? He can enjoy it. Where's it taking advantage of? Because I won't let his son murder him? Won't let him bash his skull in, kidnap him, and steal everything he got, and throw him in a nursing home, walk off, and make sure no one can ever see him again? Because those are kind of threats. Scared him until he had a nervous breakdown that he was coming for and he was going to kill him. Until he was screaming in stores. Scared him to death. I want you to think about that. Scaring. See, that's where they said, some guy showed up and said, I heard the psychiatrist that's doing this is like to scare people till they're insane. Oh, that was part of the case. They were pushing people to suicide. They were trying to scare people to death. The doctor that was doing this, he was running a social experiment on people, that on the society, that if he killed someone in front of people, they, if anybody would stop him, or they'd even help participate. That he's some kind of Jack the Ripper rapist, and that he's some kind of psycho murderer. He was even using experimental drugs on me when they were drugging me up to see if it worked. No one was to care if I died. See what I mean? The evilness. They said it was a doctor for the Florida drug cartel. He was even having people grab people, taking them to Florida, running experiments on them. They even said that they were running experimental drugs on me when they were drugging me up so bad. They said they could push me to suicide. They could push me that my mind would collapse. And see, that's where they started doing it to my new husband. That's 80. That they're coming for him. They're going to kill him. See, what's really bad is the family beat on him before. They've robbed him. They've almost beat him to death. So when they tell him they're going to do it this now, it's a reality check. They're coming again. And this time he's too old to fight them off. See, playing with somebody that's already been abused by their abusers and tell their abusers you're going to kill them. Tell them you're coming for them this time and they're dead this time. The reality more likely they will be, and their mortality is over, that it's gone. And that's where he started screaming. He lost it. You know, he needs a calm, safe place. And I try to keep him calm. I try to tell him they're just getting in his head. I'm going to get him counseling. Start him on meds for his nerves. These people do not have the right to terrorize somebody until they lose their mind so they can steal from him. That FBI agent John, thinking of him and his attorney friend, like they said, he knew better than ever touch her case. They were already friends before the case started. It's a conflict of interest. He had no right ever touching her case, and he knew better than to ever touch it. He knew better. But it makes you a piece of shit. Where they were laughing, oh, we'll let her family get that place cleaned up where they destroyed it. Then we're going to have that land turned back over to them. This is kind of crazy stuff. They feed his retarded kid that already beat on him. The stepkids beat on him, robbed him all his money. Now they're going to finish him off for that. We're going to have it all turned back over to you. We'll give it, and they're planning on taking it for themselves. They're just playing them for fools, for helping out. Like everybody else, they're just playing them. Well, like they said, people said yesterday, we all know that agent and that attorney are stealing from everybody now. They're not only stealing from the government, but they're stealing from everybody. They're victimizing everybody. You probably helped human traffic little kids, didn't you, Agent John? You probably sold little children for sex slaves and be murdered. Did you kill some of them too? Did you rape some of them too? Did you murder some of the women they took? Did you help cut them up in pieces, Agent John? Since you're in it with your attorney friend that's a human trafficker and owe those human traffickers money, and his daughter Michelle, Dave's girlfriend, already admitted that she helped sell them, did you help kill those little babies and cut them up in pieces too? You see her killed too, bitch? See, I had to erase my last one because I have nothing nice to say to you. See, like some guy said, I appreciate her erasing that last video and not uploading it because we know how much she hates him, because these people have died over this. Oh, and what is this fucking shit that you're going to, like, My Community Health, and you're telling them that the FBI is making fun of me, that I was saying drug dealers were after me and laughing, and that fat bitch of a nurse mocking me? I'll tell you what, we'll see how funny she thinks she is when the nursing board pulls her license. See, Seth, my one attorney lied to me, and the state pulled his license for a year. Then he was on suspension for a year. She's breaking HIPAA. That fat bitch is probably going to spend 10 years in federal prison. She already lost her license with those comments. How she was mocking me with the FBI. You sure it was FBI, bitch? Because the real FBI was already there in 18. They already got my medical records, so what were they doing laughing with you? Because they're not my guys. My guys would tell you all of them. She almost died to save everyone. You need to treat her with respect. And then my doctor, that, like the guy said, we all know she hates her doctor because he don't give a damn what happens to her because they've been in there lying to him. Why are you messing with my medical care? It's 7 years. You already paid off your attorney friend's drug debt. Oh, August of 23. They announced you paid it off 3 years ago. So why are you messing with me? Why are you messing with my husband? Why are you messing in my life at all? Oh, I'm going to report you until I die. And I want everybody to report them for stealing from the government funds. They're opening cases. He's just handing it to his friend and letting a bunch of dog dealers hurt people and then sell a bunch of people around and run a scam off of victims. It's that FBI agent John doing it with his attorney friend. They're never addressed. You're never talked to. They Photoshop washing in the shower. They do roofie hypnotic drug confessions. And then they got this serial doctor that is supposed to be Henry Moffey. But I'll tell you what, and we're going to put it this way. In 2018, January 2019, and February 2019, there was this Indian family In January 19, an elderly Indian guy showed up. My beautiful princess. My beautiful, beautiful princess. You tell those people, you better not let anything happen to her. She's mine. Look right at me. 3 guys showed up and said they were doctors. 3 generations of Indian people. Okay? Youngest name was Henry. Never seen him before the case, and they would mock me. And then there was a blonde lady saying she was a psychiatrist and she was with a drug cartel too. And she's a big dingbat. And they were all drug cartel. But that Indian family, they called one of the doctors, I think Romanus or something like that. I don't know. I've never seen him. I've never talked to him in person. They've only talked around me. Do we understand each other? And I'll tell you what, the one guy I even worked with last year was talking to someone in that family how their grandfather bought me. They still watch me. Like people have said, it's that Indian family that is having people harm her and badmouth her. Well, I wonder if he's the one, or that little Princess Henry that was with him, that said that my IQ was so low. He could never stand to talk to me in person. It would hurt his head. That I was that stupid. It would hurt his head to talk to me in person. And he a princess. But he was part of that. And they said they were doctors. And they were the ones doing it. I've never seen him or talked to him before the case. And I've never talked to him yet. Just seen him. But I don't know. Someone needs to find out. But they still have people watch me. My one guy I work with was talking to part of some guy that said their grandfather bought me. January 19th. Showed up and announced himself. Been having his family watch me ever since. That's how not funny it is. So why are you caring? Where I work, who I'm married to. You already extorted money from the government. You may have committed murder, human trafficking, rape. You have already committed treason against the U.S. government, espionage. And you are a traitor against the U.S. government and all its people, Agent John. And it with your friend. You made the biggest mistake showing up at that courthouse. It's a federal crime for you to be with anyone against me. Like 20 years, bitch. That was a dumb mistake. And then you announcing you're stealing the case's money and passing it out. That was another stupid mistake. I hope they put you in federal prison soon. There's a lot of people investigating this. They were calling you a fool. It better not be that fool. Well, they already called you an idiot and all kinds of stuff through the years. See, then they tried to tell me you were only acting that way. And it was an act to get the drug dealers. And I prayed for you. And I prayed for you to do the right thing because drug dealers could be released. There's nothing I can do if they get released. Because you, like they said, you knew better and pick up that case. It's a conflict of interest. You had no right touching my case for you, your friend, and you helping him steal from the government. Those are crimes that you need to pay for. And then everybody that got killed here and all the harm that happened to me, and for them terrorizing my husband until he's almost lost his mind and he's going to have to go on medicine, you need to be arrested. And for every child that died here, you need to be arrested. I'm going to upload this.